Welcome to the podcast where two guys talk about stuff and drink coffee.
You can't handle the truth!
This is the Coffee with Phil and Jim podcast.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
And now for your listening enjoyment.
Hey everyone, Phil here with the Coffee, Phil and Jim podcast, and across from me is
Jimmy Nick.
Back in the studio for another grand episode. Want to remind everybody to search, subscribe, and share, and take a look at our website, coffeewithphilandjim.com. Easy website to remember.
Yeah,
so
simple.
Take a look and get all our information on there, where to get our podcast and such. And so I do have to give a shout out to our website designer. My wife actually put that together, and she works for a public school, and she did a lot of their website stuff and things to their HR department. And I was like, hey, podcast needs a website.
Yeah.
Would you mind putting that together? Mm-hmm. So I told her, so these are the kind of things that I like on there. And then within like 3 days, she had it built.
Really? That's quick.
So.
She works for public schools, so I guess we need to pray for her.
Yes. Well, pray for a lot of it. The school's back in session.
Back in session, and then children need a lot of prayer for especially in the United States, what's going on in some of these schools. It's ridiculous. It's anti-God. Basically, that's what it is.
Yeah.
They took the Bible, and you can't pray in school. They took the Bible out of it, so that tells you something right there about the way of the school systems in America.
Yeah.
A lot of people are homeschooling now, so, you know.
Yeah, my two older kids, they do virtual.
Right.
My younger daughter, she's in kindergarten. She goes to public right now.
Right.
And, of course, she works for public school. And she said they have a day where it's like all the virtual students come and do all the paperwork and all that stuff. And last year there was 100. I may be off on this, but last year there was like 100 virtual students.
Right.
And then this year there was like 310 or something.
Which one is that? Which school is it?
Oh, it's in Yukon, yeah.
It's just a Yukon school, or because there's one of them I know that Zaman, Pam's grandson, he graduated that one this year.
Okay, yeah.
And they had that down at Norman at the Lloyd Noble. And that place was packed.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's like, wow, that many, huh?
Yeah, that's crazy.
But, that place was packed. And Pam couldn't handle the seating deal. So even though we drove down there, we had to bring her back.
Wow.
But, and I guess it's a good way because, his last name starts with an H, right?
Okay.
And I don't know, they did it by first name. But anyway, he's the last person called,
Really?
Really. Yeah, his brother said, he's the last one called, man.
Well, it's a good thing y'all did leave. You'd have to.
But see, his first name starts with a Z, so.
That's wild. I've never heard that before.
Right, it's weird. I thought, did they even do that? Did they get confused or something?
got it backwards.
Got it backwards.
They got it backwards, and they said, "Oh, just keep going. Keep doing what you're doing."
But anyway, that place was packed. And those are. I'm trying to think of that one. What the name of that thing was, but it's a pretty big outfit.
Okay.
And that place was packed. You get to wear your little graduation outfit and all that good stuff. So.
I remember doing the whole graduation package.
Yeah.
You got your class ring, and and you got your robe and all this other stuff. And I'm thinking, one, I don't know where my robe and cap and gown. I don't know where that's at. And then I haven't worn my ring since my senior year in high school.
I have no idea where mine went, but we got ours. I don't know when you got yours, but we got ours in the summer before the start of the senior year.
Oh, okay.
So that way we wear it all year long. So.
Yeah. We got our class rings right when our senior year started.
Right.
And then Our Letterman jackets we got that summer.
that summer. Yeah, and this is like our senior pictures. You know, you go get for mom and dad to have a picture.
Yeah.
You know, the big picture.
Did y'all do quotes in y'all's yearbook?
I believe so. They had all kinds. I hadn't seen one of them in 100 years either. I had a couple of them, but I don't know what happened to them.
You said 100 years.
It's been about that. Man, it's been a long time ago. Man.
Yeah, we didn't do quotes. I think because they were afraid what people would put on there.
I think like my brother, I think he said in his graduation they had close to 1,000. You know, he said what he understands only about 37 of them left, and they go, ooh, wow, that's a big number because we had 1,000 in ours. And,
Yeah.
You know, so, wow. I wonder how many of us are left.
Yeah, no kidding.
I don't want to find out.
Because what high school did you graduate from?
Putnam City.
Putnam City.
They didn't have West or North then. It's just one high school. No, actually, West started. It went into because my junior year I could have, because of where I lived at, I could have gone to West, but I'd spent all that time at the regular one. I just went ahead and went to the Putnam City.
There.
Yeah, instead of transferring over.
So now they had Putnam City West, Putnam
And
City
then
North.
later on they put in North. Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway,
What was your mascot?
our mascot was a pirate.
A pirate? Okay. Putnam City Pirates.
Right. Yeah, we pirates.
Ours was a bullfrog.
I think I don't know what North is. West was the Patriots. So,
Patriots, huh?
yeah, that's what they said.
Interesting.
But I don't know what North is.
You know, I know there's stories behind these mascots, you know, and different stuff. You know, it's like I'm sure you could have found a different story in some of these, you know.
Yeah, and the pirates, that's used all over the place anyway. You know, I think out there at Panama, Oklahoma, I think they're the pirates too.
Yeah.
I think that's a common one used by schools, I guess.
Chickasha, they're chicks, right?
Yeah,
The Chickasha chicks?
I think so. I wouldn't want that, would you?
I just no.
The football team goes out and the other team goes, look, a bunch of chicks.
Well, like apparently El Reno and Chickasha, they're supposed to be rivals or something.
Right.
And I remember going to a Friday night football game when they played here, and there was a lot of El Reno people. They had Kentucky Fried Chicken buckets on their head. They were wearing these hats. I was like, wow.
That's funny.
That's kind of funny. Oh, man.
Oh, well, anyway.
Well, we're not drinking any special coffee. Just
This old nasty stuff I brewed up here a while ago. It's all right.
It's not bad.
Nah, it's not bad.
It's good. It's better than some of the ones we've had. It's better than Iron Tree.
Okay. Oh, you didn't get it all. Okay. Here's the official name of their mascot.
Okay.
The Fighting Chicks.
Fighting.
You got to put that fighting on there. Yeah.
Fighting Chicks.
The Fighting Chicks. All right.
You have to. You have to put something on there, I guess. To.
No wonder when they filmed Twisters, they changed the name of Chickasha to some other.
They're like, what? We got to change that name.
Chickasha. They couldn't pronounce it. I don't think.
Yeah. Fighting. Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
A lot of people can't, you know.
I remember that one time where you brought. We were getting together, discipleship or something, and we met at the church, and you brought over the map. And you were like, hey, how do you say that? How do you say that? And I was getting every single one of them wrong.
That's crazy, isn't it?
You know?
Towns around there.
Like Miami.
Yeah.
You know, spelled like Miami.
Right.
You know?
But that ain't how they pronounce it up there.
No.
Miami. So, whatever they want to call it, that's what it is, you know. But we got crazy towns here anyway.
Yeah.
You've been to Goody Bow.
Goody Bow?
Yeah.
Where's that?
It's around here somewhere, southeastern part, I think.
Goody Bow.
Somewhere down in there. But there's one time this old guy was this back when Oklahoma City University was in the NCAA, and they were at that NIT tournament that was in New York City. I guess they still had a basketball tournament. And Howard Cosell, which was big on ABC, sports announcer.
Howard Cosell, yeah.
Yeah, they went out. They got it. He was interviewing him. And he told him, he says, you might he said, you might be something big in New York City, but he said, you ain't nobody in Goody Bow, Oklahoma.
That's funny. Goaty Bow.
Goody Bow. Abe Lemons, he was kind of a character. He left there. He went down, was a coach at Texas University for a while.
Okay.
So
You see some of these old coaches,
back in the day,
they're all doing like commercials for all these like local businesses, like Barry Switzer.
Oh yeah.
He does that commercial on what's the
Leveling.
the house leveling or something.
Yeah.
Foundation repair.
Yeah. He used to have some chicken shacks around here at one time.
Huh.
He had one over Bethany there on 39th Street, and I went in there and said, well, go in and try some Barry's chicken. I went there, well, you can have a sandwich, but we don't start serving chicken until after 4:30. I said, well, too bad.
After 4:30.
No wonder it didn't stay over there.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. That reminds me of like have you ever had the Billy Sims barbecue?
Actually, no. I think they actually had one here in El Reno at one time.
For like 3 months.
For 3 months?
Yeah.
It
was
went
just
over
a few
well,
months,
did it?
And it was out the door. Well, Swadley's had moved in, had been in for a while.
Yeah.
And so they moved in Billy Sims into a little storefront.
Right.
And you got got this OU player and he's got this barbecue and all that stuff. But you could get more and a little bit better quality at Swadley's for the same price you would get at Billy Sims.
Yeah.
Like, man.
I said, all righty.
I mean, it wasn't terrible, but because Swadley's was right here,
Yeah.
you might as well go to Swadley's.
Yeah, that's where people were going anyway, because they get used to that anyway.
Yeah.
So it's really weird.
It's good. Swadley's is real good. Like their breakfast is it's good. It's real good. Okay, let's go into a portion of our podcast that we started here lately called Jimmy Nick Reacts.
Uh-oh. See what we
And
got.
I have a couple of videos. This first one is just really quick, and this one's kind of just for fun because I just like it. But it's a lady that is. Let's see, let me get this queued up here. It is a lady giving some wisdom. It's motivational talk.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I think you'll like it.
We're in trouble now.
All right, and I'll show you. I'll show you it. Okay, I'm gonna put my volume up here. Okay, here we go. This is stop it. This is Granny giving a motivational talk. Okay, here we go. Oh, come on.
Granny, huh?
It's not working.
Granny went silent on us, did you?
She did.
She went belly up. Get in and revive Granny. Come on.
I did.
With motivation.
Okay,
Here we go.
here we go. All right. Let me restart this.
I don't know who needs to hear this today, but if you're struggling with motivation, just remember, broke crackheads still find a way to get high. Don't get out hustled by crackheads.
I like it.
That's good.
It's pretty good.
That's some good wisdom. I like that. That's good. Okay.
Okay, what's next?
Okay, now this is the real one. This is a little longer, okay?
Okay.
All right.
There are those of you who have said that instead of teaching on the consequences of sin and going to hell, that pastors, teachers, preachers, and leaders need to be trying to figure out a way to get the young folks back in church. So you're saying it's our responsibility to make sure that your child gets to church. No, it ain't. That responsibility falls on the parent first. A lot of you parents are coming to church, going up yonder on the mountain while your child back at the house sleeping in and heathening. But just in case there are those of you who are actually asking for sound advice on how to get your children to church, let me show you. This high. Junior, get up. Wash your face, brush your mouth, put on some clothes. It's time for us to go pray at the Lord. Oh, glory. Stop asking those kids if they want to go to church. Ain't no asking. Put it in the comments. Ain't no asking. Do you ask them if they want to get up and go to school every morning? I think not. You give them the option to stand up late because they say they're not sleeping, but you want them to go to bed because you want to sneak in there and eat that ice cream without them begging you. I think not. You give them the option of playing the game of studying, even though you know they need to study so they can pass that test, so they can pass the grade. I think not. Do you give them the option of brushing their teeth, eating their vegetables, or taking a bath? I think not. Do you ask them if they feel like cleaning up their room? I think not. Some of you will cuss out your children if you come home and find out their house still ain't clean because you're tired of coming home to a dirty house. And then you wonder why your child looking at you like you halfway crazy when you try to talk to them about getting right with the Lord. Parents, the Bible says, train up your child in the way they should go, and when they're old, they won't depart from it. If you allow your child to make God optional now, chances are he won't even be a choice in their life later. How are you going to ask God to let your child go to heaven when you didn't even take the time to take them to church so they can learn how to get into heaven? There is nothing wrong with desiring to be a part of a church body that has activities for our youth. The primary responsibility of the church is to edify, not entertain. See, y'all don't became fascinated with these churches that got these cyber trucks going through the sanctuary and pyrotechs and the pastor descending from the ceiling and all of these lights, camera actions and pouring syrup on the Bible. Y'all better find a real church where the pastor's more concerned with your soul than the number of people who's sitting in his sanctuary. It ain't about the theatrics, because if they ain't standing on Bible, they're not standing in God. Stand on Bible, saints.
All right. So what you think about that?
I think I like her. I really like her. Yeah, I agree with her.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, it's got to be a priority. And then if you, like I said, you make God optional, what are they going to do? They'll make it optional later on too.
Yeah.
So it's once they do get up and out of the house, God becomes an afterthought. Something you do. Something goes wrong in your life. You run down to the church house. Or you start praying. Then you're not praying all day.
Mm-hmm.
Or normally. So yeah, it's important what you said. Yeah.
Yeah.
She said, like I said, school ain't optional.
Yeah.
You're gonna bring. Like I said, you're gonna bring them up in the way they should be brought up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get them in there. If you're a true believer, you'd want them to be in there with you.
Yeah. Exactly.
Shouldn't be a problem. You was talking about Billy Sims a while ago.
Yeah.
How Swatley's ran him out of town. Well, I don't know, but Billy Sims has 45 locations.
45. Okay.
Oklahoma, Missouri, Kansas, Arkansas, Texas, Iowa, Colorado, and Michigan.
Okay.
Got one in Detroit even. I think he played some football up there back in his pro football days. But anyway, yeah. So Billy Sims got quite a few locations. They're franchises.
Yeah, but they're not like full restaurants like Swadley's is, right? They're like storefronts, I think. Because like there's one, the ones I've seen in the city, they're all storefronts. They're all like,
I guess they're all the same,
But
said I haven't eaten there. I'm not a big barbecue guy. I like Brad's over in Yukon. I thought that was
Bad Brad's is good.
It's pretty good. And of course, Kansas City Joe's, when I'm up that way, they got some good burnt ends, I tell you. Man.
You like burnt ends?
Oh, yeah. The ones they make are delicious. Man. I can eat them all day long.
And what's it called?
Kansas City Joe's.
Kansas City Joe's. What's a different type of barbecue up there, right?
Well, actually, it's weird about Kansas City Joe's is that originally when they opened up in Kansas City, they were Oklahoma Joe's.
Okay.
And then later on, they said they'd been away from Oklahoma for a certain period of time. They decided to change it to Kansas City. And that's what they did.
But they're from Oklahoma.
But they're from Oklahoma, yeah. So it's Oklahoma barbecue. Ooh-wee.
Sorry.
All right.
I don't wake you up.
Let's give you a hand clap there.
Sorry.
So you ever in Kansas City area, get some Kansas City Joe's. It's excellent barbecue.
Kansas City Joe's.
Right. KC Joe's.
KC Joe's.
Right.
Okay. I will give it a try because I like barbecue.
Right.
Barbecue's good. I like that Texas barbecue.
Yeah. I don't know. That's what gets me about what's that one called? Texas Roadhouse. Those restaurants,
Uh-huh.
I guess what I find funny about that Texas Roadhouse is out of Ohio.
Okay. Really? So
it's like
it's probably just marketing. They're just trying to sell it.
It is. It's like that scaffolding company, Waco Scaffolding.
Yeah.
It's out of Cleveland. It's like okay.
We need to make a company and call it something else.
Yeah, it's crazy. But whatever sells, right?
Yeah, that's right. And that's the thing too.
I mean, because what do you want? You get old Texas steak, don't you? Right?
That's what you think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, I got a couple of whatchamacallit articles that I've come across here. So have you heard the newest information on actor Denzel Washington?
No.
He got ordained
Ordained
as a pastor.
Really?
Yeah. And so I'm not sure what denomination or what all that is, but I came across this article and the headline said, Denzel Washington says, I'm not interested in Oscars and I don't care about them. They won't do me a bit of good when I die.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so caught my attention here.
Yeah.
And it says that Denzel Washington has 9 Academy Award nominations under his belt and 2 Oscar wins. But he places no value on his such career milestones. He's on a press tour for something. He goes, I don't do it for Oscars. I don't care about that kind of stuff, Washington said. I've been at this a long time, and there's time when I won and I shouldn't have won, and then didn't win and I should have won. Man gives the reward, man gives the reward, God gives the reward. And he continued to say, I'm not that interested in Oscars. People ask me, where do I keep it? Well, next to the other one. I'm not bragging, just telling you how I feel about it. On my last day, Oscars aren't going to do me a bit of good.
Right.
And so he talks about he press release of this new deal, and he said, you don't want an award to improve your status. You want to improve the award status. That's the way he thinks. Ethan Hawke said about Washington's advice in the moment. That's what I'm talking about playing with Babe Ruth. The Academy Award has more power because Denzel as a couple. It didn't elevate who he was. Because there's this new Apple TV Highest to Lowest movie coming out. And I think about these celebrities like Denzel or Chris Pratt. He talks about Jesus, and some of these other celebrities that have this huge platform. But I remember there was an interview I saw with Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
And Matthew McConaughey was talking about how, because he had just won an award and he got up there on stage and he was thanking Jesus, his creator and Lord and Savior and things like that. And he said basically he looked out in the crowd and he saw people, celebrities, that he had prayed with, he had done Bible studies with, but they never publicly talk about Jesus.
Right.
And he said, so he's out there talking about Jesus and, here and there. And of course he's doing movies and whatever else.
Yeah.
But I think about the celebrities that, that they're saved or they're followers or whatever, and how that, what their way of thinking is on that.
You might have a problem with it out there, especially I think some of them do. Like I said, there's probably some of them that he's prayed with that are actually, are into it, but they put their career ahead of God when you do that. Because if you find out, it's a pretty good chance that a lot of your opportunities are going to go away out there in Hollywood.
Yeah,
it would affect your career. So if you're not willing to put God ahead of your career, I don't care what it is, you got a problem, I think. So the job shouldn't outweigh your relationship with the Lord Jesus. I mean, if the job gets in the way of that, and if you can't publicly speak up about who Jesus Christ is, your Lord and Savior, then you got a problem there.
Mm-hmm.
You ashamed of him?
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
do you let Hollywood dictate what you believe and how you believe it?
Well, and it also probably goes with what you believe too.
Yeah, that's true.
Because some of these celebrities probably, I mean, they're going to have different beliefs. They're going to
Right.
have different interpretations and
you're
things
right.
like that. You know, but
Yeah, it's true because it depends. Like, what's his name? The guy that does the game show, Steve Harvey.
yeah,
You know, he runs with old what's his name out of Dallas Fort Worth?
Jakes.
Jakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, so it's like okay.
yeah,
And what gets me is because Donald Trump's. She even has a position in the government now with this, some kind of faith deal they got going. He's got going up there,
Huh.
and that's his spiritual advisor, Paula White. You know, it's like,
Paula White.
all right, okay, so you're going to her.
Yeah.
Now this is the same gal that sat across. I can't think of the little boy's name. He does a show on one of them networks, but he's out of Dallas Fort Worth area, and I think you might have seen the clip where he's saying, Jesus wasn't the only begotten Son of God. I'm a begotten Son of God. And she's over, yeah, I'm a begotten Son of God. It's like, I don't think you know what begotten means.
Yeah.
Or, you know, you're kind of way off track here
Yeah, that's
on this.
that's dangerous.
That is really, you know, you better repent. Start with falling on
That
your
is
face.
too dangerous.
That is nasty. That's just wrong.
Oh,
So, but they're up there doing that, you know. She claims to be a pastor, which she ain't, because she can't be, start
Yeah.
with. And then on top of that, she's on her third husband. So,
mhm.
you know, so,
Well,
and that's his spiritual advisor. So
you get those ideas of like,
Like
oh,
that.
okay, what do you?
so what do you really know about the Bible and about Jesus Christ? Are you really in a true relationship, or just what American Christianity
Right.
is teaching?
Yeah.
And they teach a whole lot of false Jesuses. Well, you know, we were warned of it. There would be false Christ out there.
It's based upon, you know, cultural.
Right.
It's cultural Christianity.
Right. It's all man centered,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what what's his name? Schuler said in that book he wrote back in the middle '80s. You know that it wasn't enough. It's too God centered, not enough man centered.
Mm-hmm.
And one of his disciples is your buddy Osteen out of Houston. You know, and he falls in the same line.
He's a great guy.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he
He
is.
is always smiling.
Smiling. Yeah, always a bank.
Yeah.
Send me your money and I'll see Jesus gets it.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Right on. Right
I think
on.
it's funny they gave him crap about when they had the floods or whatever down there.
Yeah.
He wouldn't open up his
He
church.
wasn't over church overnight. I don't want them people in there.
Dirty.
You got any money?
Well, I just did a quick Google search about celebrities that are opened about Jesus.
Right.
A few names popped up, and I'm going.
Yeah, you got to question some of that.
So first one is Denzel Washington.
Right.
That pops up. Patricia Heaton,
Yeah, she's kind of vocal.
Yeah.
She's been vocal out there.
the mom off Everybody Loves Raymond, and the middle.
The middle.
Yeah. Here's a weird one that I've never heard him say anything about Jesus. Tom Hanks.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But, you know, that's going to be between him and God, of course, between him and the Lord. But not what the public stance he takes on, like abortion and,
Yeah.
you know, and those transsexual stuff and all that kind of stuff. No, I think
I've never heard him say the name Jesus in
Wow.
any interviews or.
no.
Next one, Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman, you know, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
wasn't he? And he is some kind of gorilla man or something in the movies. Or was he? What's that? Thing he played?
Wolverine.
Wolverine. Yeah.
He said Gorilla Man.
Well, whatever he is. Yeah. Wolverine. You know. Although I got to give him credit, he does do a pretty good Curly in play Oklahoma. He does an excellent
Okay.
job of that.
Yeah,
I was surprised he could sing that good. you
Yeah,
know?
I've seen that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's.
So he gets a little bit of a bump from me, but I don't know what his personal beliefs are.
Okay.
And that.
Yeah, I've never heard him say that.
say anything.
And maybe more than me, you would know this person talk more about Jesus. I don't know, but Reba McEntire.
Yeah, Reba, I don't know. I mean, there you go again. You know, you don't know their personal relationship with Christ in that, but maybe the lifestyle would have more to do with where you think they are. You know, you got
Yeah.
a lot of people that go to church every Sunday and they talk about Jesus Christ. They'll talk to you about God and say, "Yeah, I'm a true believer," but when they step out of the church on Sunday, they're out there and they're doing what they always did before. Nothing really changed. And then if you've truly got the Spirit of God in you, there's going to be a change that comes.
Absolutely.
And your desires change and what you want out of this life change, because it's no longer my life, it's His life.
Right.
And He should be the one that totally tell me where to go and what to do. You know, you're going to live in His will.
Yeah.
What did He say in his basic prayer? Thy will be done. And he meant His will be done.
Yes.
And in the end, that's the way it's going to be completely anyway.
Yeah.
His will is being done now because it's headed towards that final when He returns and we're out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
And everybody's going to find out, oh, you mean that was real? Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
So, just get ready.
Oh,
It's coming.
and that's right. The lifestyle,
Yeah.
how people live. It's like you like you're saying, you can tell about Jesus, and then you can go do something.
Well, that's like originally I was baptized. I was baptized twice. First time after I realized that nothing changed after the first one. I realized, whoa, I wasn't totally repentant or anything. And so that's why I got baptized again, because I realized, no, that change really came later.
Right.
But he had knocked me down, step on me a couple times.
Yeah. Oh.
But it was worth it.
Yeah.
It was truly worth it, because now I got eternal life with Jesus Christ. And so that's where I want to spend eternity, and that's with Him. And I can do it on a daily basis, talking to Him all day long. So,
Sure. Yeah.
So.
And I don't know if these celebrities do that or not. Of course, we don't know them.
We don't know their personal life and everything. You do hear about Kirk Cameron. You know how he is. He's even into everything.
Yeah, he's on the list here.
I think his sister's she's into it too. So
yeah, she posts a lot of things on social media, Bible and things like that.
But they're into it. What's the name? The one they got onto the other day for becoming an ICE agent.
Dean Cain.
Yeah, I think he's got it. And there's some out there that they've spoken up. Like I said, Heaton gal, Patricia Heaton, she speaks up about it. She has no problem with it. And they really don't care about their...
Right, yeah.
Well, you don't put me in the movies, too bad, I'll make my own. So,
yeah.
They hadn't slowed some of them down at all. And there was somebody else the other day I think I heard it was one of them big stars that's basically has come out. Now, as far as, what's his name? He claims he's one. What's his name? A singer, young guy from Canada.
Canada.
He married, I'm trying to think who he married to. I can't even think of his name. But
did he marry an actress?
Nah, he married, the old boy that shot the gal out there in New Mexico making the movie. He married into that family. One of them's daughters.
Oh, Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber,
yeah.
he claims to be, but I think he runs along the line of Benny Hinn and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's who you attach yourself to in that too.
Yeah, because Justin Bieber is married to Stephen Baldwin's daughter,
right?
Haley.
Right.
Yeah. Which they're on the list too.
Yeah. So.
Justin Bieber. You're like, now I've heard Stephen Baldwin. I remember back in doing youth ministry back in the early 2000s, and he came out about Jesus, and he kind of got pushed aside,
right?
And so he was doing like these lame Christian movies.
Well, he does. So who owns that now? Pureflix. He's done some of those Pureflix movies.
Yeah.
During that period of time. So yeah.
Yeah. So he done it, and I've heard him tell the story about Justin Bieber coming over to his house.
Yeah.
And because his daughter was saying, Dad, Justin Bieber, I like him, da da da. And so he had come over, and they told him, hey, talking about Jesus and all this other stuff. And apparently that was supposed to be a deal. But Stephen Baldwin, his story, how he got saved, is wild, because he had a maid, and she'd be cleaning the house, and she would sing Christian songs around the house.
Right.
And would you do that forever?
Yeah.
And one day, Stephen Baldwin's wife said, stopped her and said, "Hey, why are you always singing Christian songs?" And the maid said, "Well, it's because God put me here for a reason." And the wife goes, "What?" Goes, and she told the wife, "Yeah, you and your husband, you're going to trust Christ as your Savior,
Right.
and you're going to have a whole ministry that God's going to use you in, and you're going to turn from all this wickedness."
Yeah.
And so Stephen Baldwin came home from like a trip or something, and his wife said, "You won't believe what the maid just told me," and told him the story. And they laughed and laughed and
Yeah.
laughed. And then
So he didn't believe it, huh?
he didn't believe, no, at that point. And then the maid God used the maid to,
Yeah.
and so
All right.
she, I forget how it was her or somebody else gave him the gospel, and they got saved, and they totally did a 180 and all that stuff. I'm like, that's pretty cool.
That Pureflix, it belongs to that Great American Family deal now. They took over.
Okay.
They took over it. Yeah, it's because the old boy that head that up used to be the head of Hallmark movies and stuff. And
Really?
yeah, he went over when the Hallmark decided to go homosexual and all that kind of stuff. So, and that's why the Cameron gal went over there too. So, and stuff like that. So,
but I don't know. I saw the article and I'm just thinking. And of course, I'm going to try to relate it to us. We're not celebrities.
right.
We're not necessarily out there, on all the socials and doing movies,
Right.
but we're out in the world.
Right. And we are a reflection. If people know that you're who you are, and then everything, and then how you live is going to affect how they think of Jesus Christ. It's like I've known people that will talk all day about Jesus, and yet Friday night during the beer joint, drinking, carrying on.
Sure, yeah, exactly.
Partying down all the time, and nothing really changed in their life. So, like I said, I didn't grow up in church, so I wasn't church as a child or even young man, even.
Yeah.
But I had cousins that religiously went to church every Sunday, didn't miss Sunday, Wednesday, or anything else they had going on there. But every Friday night they're in the same beer joint,
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, is that you can do that?
That's right.
You've heard that. Yeah, I guess it's okay to go to beer joints.
Oh, sweet. Let's go.
Sweet,
Yeah.
yeah. And go to church on Sunday, So we said the example we set will affect other people. Train straight up and down. How we live out there. If people know that you're a Christian and how you live and how you treat them, well, basically, it can have a big effect on how they view Christ if they're willing to surrender to Him.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's really something else.
Yeah.
What people doing anymore these days.
Well, and the world's coming to an end, so.
Oh yeah, and it's doing it quickly. That's just like a little deal there that got to me a couple of days ago. Is that Janine Pirro? She used to be on Fox, I think,
Yeah.
and now she's the U.S. attorney.
Yep, I saw that.
There, and she got onto that reporter to ask her the question, why did Trump, pull out the National Guard and everything since the crime rate was down, and she went off on them big time. It's like, okay, what's an acceptable crime rate?
Yeah.
Tell
Zero.
Tell to the people that have loved ones murdered, and this one guy that got his brains beat in, his nose broken, and the rapes and stuff. Tell it what's an acceptable number? Because I looked as of August 12th, there'd been 99 murders in Washington D.C. so far this year. It's down from this same time last year. So hey,
Since January.
Yeah, since January. And it's down from this same time last year there. So that's good, So these politicians and people have a certain level. If you get down to a certain level, we can handle 100 murders every 6 months. Is that acceptable? What's acceptable? I mean, what's a society we live in, Oh, crime rate's down. Yeah, but that guy over there, if that was your loved one that got killed, I don't think you'd really care about hearing that the crime rate's down. So we live in a really sick society that's anti-God, and it's coming to an end anyway. I was looking again today at our national debt, It's up to $37 trillion.
That's insane.
Now, who's going to pay that bill, huh? So the bottom's going to fall out this eventually. We're going to find out what a soup line, I think, is one of these days, like they did back when the stock market broke in 29, Great Depression. We could end up back in that again. We're not exempt from it, so it's a possibility. But I believe Christ is going to come back. Like I said, this thing is shooting straight up anymore with what's going on in this world, especially in the United States. And all this false, the last 100 years, the false Christianity has really just took off.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, Justin Peters, you know what I'm talking about there, the guy. You know, he's talking about he's trying to get up there on stage with Benny Hinn. And every time he went up there, they moved him back, wouldn't let him up on the stage. Because Benny can't heal him.
That's right, yeah. And Justin Peterson, he's gonna question it. He's gonna
Yeah. So
gosh. And there's still
people still
thousands and thousands and thousands of people follow that.
Right. Well, it's just like when old Jim and Tammy Baker went south, and all got found out, and he went to prison. You know, people were still they denied it. We're still sending them money. They refused to believe that. You know, it's really crazy.
Well, and there's also attack on of people of God for sure. You know, because like I think about James McDonald. You know, James McDonald, he was the pastor of Vertical Church in Chicago. And near Chicago. It might have been in Chicago. But anyways, he was a pastor there. He went to a church that was it was Independent Baptist.
Right.
You know. So a lot of what he taught was, a lot of stuff what we believe.
Right.
In that sense. But he had a vertical church and it was booming and going. He's kind of a no-nonsense guy anyways.
Yeah.
And he goes straight to scriptures and very passionate man. And he got into some hot water.
Yeah.
Because there was they were talking, I forget if it was a staff meeting or a meeting or, some kind of meeting with some people in it. Well, somebody had recorded the meeting and had recorded him talking about this lady in the church. And it wasn't like, talking bad about her. It was just like, hey, this is what's going on in her life. And so that recording got out.
Right.
And without any context. And so he got basically kicked out of Vertical Church. He also had this big deal of Walk in the Word, podcast.
Yeah, he did.
All that stuff.
That, yeah.
And, all that. And he just go through all that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, he just now, this has been years and years and years and years. He just now, won the lawsuit and got, all this stuff back, I guess, and all that stuff. But what's funny is the guy that recorded it in the meeting was one of his staff guy, one of the videographer media staff guys.
Yeah.
It was Dallas Jenkins, the creator of The Chosen.
Uh-huh. All right. Well, you know what gets me about this Chosen, and this guy, like I said, he's the creator and he's producer of it.
Yeah.
And they asked him about how biblical it was. And he said 95% of it isn't biblical. So
yeah. Well, this last season, there's a lot of Catholicism in this last season. I stopped watching after the third episode. I'm like, this is.
I quit watching it about 10 minutes into what I was seeing on the screen. There was that they had this, Jesus was getting ready to, I guess, give a speech or something,
Yeah.
And they had a curtain up across there on the mountain. You could walk out from around and I go, get out of here.
Yeah. Now, I liked all the other Chosen seasons.
It was like, yes,
I watched them. It's just this one was, it's a little, and there's obviously it's about, it's, there is some freedom to it and things like that. And I accept that, and because I'm not watching it trying to make it as a Bible study.
Right.
I'm watching it because it's something somewhat wholesome to watch instead of SVU, or something like that.
Did he really want to put words into Christ?
But, well, and that's some of this is like.
Some of that you go, I don't know about that stuff.
Yeah.
So. And, it's like people look at that The Last Supper by Da Vinci.
Yeah.
And they go, well, that's a woman leaning on his shoulder there. You know, it's like, really know where persons are spiritually with Christ. That's a personal deal in that sense. But the lifestyle will generally tell you where they're at, where they're at in that respect. And, you know, it's sad, but people need to, if you're going to take a serious look at it, you got to go to Matthew 7. And Jesus said it, you know, there's a narrow path and there's a wide path. And all them people in that wide path are people that believe they're saved. But they're not going to make it in because you never knew them. That narrow path leads to a very narrow door, and that's Christ Jesus. Religion won't get you in.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. You can be as religious as you want, but so were the Pharisees.
Yeah. You can see where that
went. So, and that's what we're dealing with. We got a religion in America now, and we have no real true Christianity in a lot of ways in different churches and denominations, because denominations that are ordaining homosexuals and approving of that, and transgenderism and abortions, everything else. You know, that's not of God. You know, but it plays to the people what they want. They want Jesus, and they want what they think they can get from him.
And they want Jesus their way.
Yeah, their way.
Jesus' way.
They heard that, you know, if you do it the right way, he'll make you rich. And that's basically what Osteen preaches down there, you know. You get up there and do this, you won't have no problems. You have all kinds of money. You'll be living on the easy street.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's a big lie. So
that's a big
but that's
lie.
the world we live in. So
yeah,
I tell you, that,
well,
it's gone crazy.
Let's end with this song. I think you'll like this song. This isn't one of my crazy dumb songs that I usually play.
Well, I don't know. I liked the Lemonade last week.
Yeah?
My wife even liked that Lemonade. We're not into rap, but I mean, we actually liked that thing. I guess it was the words too.
Yeah, the words were real good.
It had good sound.
Like give me lemonade.
Yeah, that was great. That was great.
This one, it's by Josh Garrels. It's called Farther Along. And I got a lyric video here so you can read it too.
Read the thing.
So, all right, here we go.
All right. Slow walk, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Yeah, it is very pretty.
Oh, yeah.
Farther along, know all about it. Farther along, understand why. So cheer up, my brothers, live in the sunshine. We'll understand this all by and by. Tempted and tried, I wonder why the good man dies, bad man thrives, and Jesus cries, cause he loves them both. We're all castaways in need of rope, hanging on by the last threads of our hope, in a house of mirror full of smoke, confusion, illusions I've seen. But where did I go wrong? I sang along to every chorus of the song that the devil wrote, like a piper at the gate, leading mice and men down to their fate. Some will courageously escape the seductive voice with the heart of faith, while walking the line back home. There's so much more to life than we've been told. It's full of beauty that will unfold and shine like dew struck gold, my wayward son. The dead weight burden weighs a ton. I'll go down to the river and let it run, wash away all the things you've done. Forgiveness, alright. Farther along, know all about it. Farther along, understand why. So cheer up, my brothers, live in the sunshine. We'll understand.
right.
Yeah, I like that.
Like that one?
Yeah, this is Jimmy Nick.
This is Phil.
Adios.
Next time.